All right, it's balancing, guys. So this is gonna be a story time, a literal story time. So I've been working on my writing skills, and I'm very excited to present a um fictional story that I wrote. And I don't know if I'm gonna continue it on. I was just kind of writing, but it's super good. So let's get into it. So put your mindset in like Game of Thrones time frame, right? Okay, let's see. So it's gonna start at this character named Lena, who's been dreaming about living behind the palace walls all her life. So one day her family's laughing at her like, you're never gonna be in the palace, and she like runs to the castle and basically throws herself at the king in front of everybody at the ball. So that's where we're starting off. Okay. Zoza is shocked, scared with anticipation. She'll be hung for sure. King Xander is silent. He looks upon the girl and walks towards her. She kneels, head bowed. So, he caresses his beard. You come and interrupt my affair and ask to be a part of royalty? And what would you do here? Anything, my lord, anything you need. Anything I need. And in return, I suppose you live here and have all the finest robes and tasty delights. Yes, my lord. You are aware that I already have a queen, right? She realized quickly. Of course, I. She begins to ramble, embarrassed. And also, Zoza, who has recently become a part of our family, already sits at my queen's right hand. I have servants. What would you do? Cook? Do you joke? Tell me a joke. Well, sir, I don't know any. Not a jester. Stand up. Let's have a look at you. Lena, flushed with embarrassment, stands to her feet, head hung. There explodes laughter all throughout the castle. Silence! This poor girl has come before her king to offer up whatever desire to be in the presence, and you laugh? While it is very vulgar and unseemly. What is your name, girl? Softly. Lena. Speak up. Lena, my lord. Ah, yes, Lena. You have approached in a most peculiar way. At this point, what choice would I have in the matter? Your display of such brazen vulgarity, you'd be stoned before midnight. And so, being the compassionate king I am, I have the perfect duty for you. He snaps his fingers twice. My servants will show you to my chambers. Wait for me there. Straight away, two servants approach, and Lena, still unsure what's going to happen, she follows. Zoza is frozen. Thoughts race about like a swarm of gnats. Oh no, the queen is not going to like this at all. She will be cross tonight. King Xander returns beside the queen and takes a merry gulp from his chalice. The gods have truly welcomed us to this land. He looks over at Queen Priscilla, her voluptuous breasts nearly spilling over her corset, hair intricately woven around her crown, reminding him why she had to be his queen forever. He had Zoza run to town to the seamstress and create a gown of pearl white and turquoise, with pearls etched into the corset and on the sleeves. She turned slowly. So they have. What is wrong with you? Darling, we will discuss details at a time when it's more appropriate. For now, the party, and later I have a matter to attend to in my bedchamber. I'm going to rally with my royal fellows. Do enjoy the festivities. He stands quickly to leave. Xander has been getting better and better at handling the wrath of his queen. She knows it's a king's duty. And life. Why fuss over it? As he's heading towards Silas, his gaze befalls Zoza. She is near the smorgasbord of food, pacing nervously, her emerald green and off-white gown swishing about. She's an odd one, but uniquely beautiful, bronze-like skin, hair long and usually wild, was specially pinned for the evening. She was exotic in a peculiar way. Mostly to serve as a companion to the queen, King Xander did know her and had a fondness for her. Zoza? Yes, my lord. See to it that Priscilla has a bath drawn. And will you brush her hair tonight? The queen might enjoy the company. Oh, but my lord, the thing is, Lena. Zoza? Kings give orders, everyone follows. Do you understand? There's a pause. He can tell she's upset, as is his beloved queen. Damn women, such fragile creatures. He grabs her hand. Forgive me for my harsh words. Do as I've requested, as per terms. I know royalty is abrupt, but it'll grow on you. Yes, sir. King Xander bouncily rejoins the men. Zoza heads to find the servants. Cecilia, Gertrude. Zoza calls into the kitchen. Yes, Madam Zoza. Please draw Queen Priscilla a bath and add fresh lavender, rose petals, and light 32 candles. I'll do the rest. Yes, ma'am. Zoza, although most of the time the queen seemed upset, she cared for her greatly. Both the king and queen had a confounding effect on her psyche alone, but she hoped for their happiness and warmth. They had shown her great favor, as she always had the vocation to comfort them. The servants go, and Zoza gently walks over to Queen Priscilla. She is beautiful like a porcelain doll sitting in her chair. She's stirring her wine about the chalice board. Priscilla, I'm having a bath drawn up. Good. I'm quite ready to retire. Zoza grabs her hand as the queen stands. This isn't custom for a servant to touch the queen, but Zoza and Priscilla have a special bond not even they understand. At first, Zoza was a shock. She was always doing inappropriate things like hugging the queen and being a support naturally. Priscilla, although had no understanding of why she was grateful to have Zoza, she was oftentimes cross, and Zoza brought her a sense of peace and maternal love. She considered her a friend in other circumstances. As they walk through the halls towards the private chambers, they are both silent, each knowing what the other is stewing on. Zoza lets go of her hand. One moment. She whisks away to the bath and drops 3 drips of evening primrose and 2 drips of gardenia. Priscilla enters moments later. Oh, Zoza, you do spoil me. Priscilla's eyes widen, darting around, marveling at how her bathing quarters have been transformed. Candles and flowers surrounding the water, with the aroma of gardenia and primrose, her favorite scents. Zoza begins to loosen her corset and disrobe. As her dress begins to fall, Priscilla covers her breasts. With arms crossed, still back turned, she asks, Zoza, will you get in? Yes. Priscilla steps into the tub and faces Zoza. Embarrassed, she covers her eyes.